Fatima Books, in her classic style, asks, what's the difference between photo, picture, image, guy, man, fool, idiot, phonetics, phonology, and sickness versus illness? These are tough ones. These are hard. All right. So let's try photo versus picture versus image. Okay? Now, a photo is something that is specifically taken, short for photograph, right? Specifically taken with a camera. Okay? It can be a digital camera on a computer or a physical camera. So the thing that we have is a photograph. We shorten that to photo. Okay? So a painting made with paint or a picture designed on a computer wouldn't be a photo, would it? A photo is a thing that captures an image. We'll get to image in a second. With the light that it produces and turns that into something that you can display on a screen or on a piece of paper, right? That's the photo. Now, the image is something that's more abstract. You're capturing the image. The image is that still moment in time, whether it's a real thing or not. So image is more abstract, is broader, right? You could have an image that's a painting. You could have an image of something completely abstract. You can't even tell what it is, right? The image on the screen, I don't know what the heck it is. It looks like a pasta mixed with a galaxy. What the heck is that? It's usually a moment in time or out of time. More abstractly, a scene of some kind, a character of some kind, taken out and put or displayed somewhere. And that does not have to be a photo. Okay? So when I said capturing an image and the light that it produces for a photo, I'm kind of talking about the image being that moment in time and those people, that family there in front of their fireplace, and the photo being the form of the image. Whereas if I were to draw on a pencil, on a piece of paper with a pencil, a family in front of a fireplace, then that would be an image that has been drawn, a sketched image. Still an image, but it's not a photo. It's still an image, but it's not a photo. Now, photograph can be used as a verb, to photograph someone. We usually don't say to photo someone. We usually say to take a picture, to take a picture. So that's how picture is often used. When we're talking about photos, we often, instead of saying photos, we say picture. We say take a picture, or we say look at a picture, or we say share a picture, and we often especially use that for the digital format, sending things online, social media. Oh, you liked that picture. Now you could say you liked that picture, you liked that photo. Both are okay. We probably wouldn't say to like an image on social media. Maybe not so much. Now, photograph can be a verb by itself. Can picture be a verb by itself? Picture can be a verb by itself, but picture as a verb by itself doesn't mean that. To picture something is to create it in your imagination. Picture a wolf standing next to a large pink elephant wearing green glasses, both staring up at the moon. Can you picture it? Can you picture it? I'm picturing it. Okay, so you're holding that in your mind. You're putting that in your imagination. Okay? The wolf is smoking a cigarette with its nose. 2 cigarettes, one in each nostril. Oh, see, you can picture it, right? It's sort of like imagine there, okay? So that's how it's used as a verb. It's also more general than photo. They're not exactly the same, but they can be used in the same way. For example, on social media, to like a photo, to like a picture. Now, what about guy versus man? This is a very interesting one. When we say man, we're kind of focusing on the gender and age group of a human, right? If someone says, there is a man over there, we're talking about a male. We're talking about someone who's considered to be an adult. That might be, for example, over the age of 18. And we're talking about someone who appears that way. Not only is that way, but appears that way, right? So we say, there's a man standing next to the phone booth. There's a man standing next to the phone booth. Okay. People say, I am a man. But when people say man, they also sometimes mean the social meaning of man. What does it mean to be a man? You have to earn money for your family. I don't know why I'm making this sarcastic face. You have to earn money for your family. What does a man do? A man doesn't wash the dishes. A man works at a job from 9 a.m. to 5 o'clock and smokes a cigar with a glass of whiskey at night and is tough with his kids. I don't know. These are some, and is strong and willing to chop down trees when necessary. I'm sorry. I'm just running out of silly stereotype descriptors for man. Anyway, that's the idea, is the sort of social context meaning, whereas we wouldn't use guy for that. So yes, that person over there is a man, an adult male, but also, what is a man? What does it take to be a man? And you hear fathers say to their sons, be a man, you can do it, right? If the 10-year-old boy is crying after he gets hurt, he said, be a man, be a man. Well, hopefully he wouldn't hit him like that, but whatever. You get the idea. To sort of encourage him to be more like an adult. Tough, right? If you're a real man, then you're tough, you're strong. You have a masculine way about you. Okay. Now, guy could be used in the same way as we talked about with the telephone booth. Whereas I could say there's a guy standing next to the telephone booth. That's okay too. But the emphasis is different. Now, if I say there's a guy standing next to the telephone booth, I also mean a male, an adult male, generally. Looks like an adult male, probably is an adult male. That guy over there. But we're not using it for that sort of social norms aspect component. Does that make sense? I know you can't answer, but answer in your mind, and I'll try to just feel it. Yes, it does. Okay, good. Now, a lot of people recently use guy in the plural form to talk about or talk with their friends. Okay, so someone might say, do you guys want to go? Right? Hey guys, are you ready to go? Hey guys, what time do you want to eat? Now, usually we're going to say this with friends, people that we know, as an announcement, as a request to begin it. But the interesting thing about this is, when we say it now, we can use it for boys or girls or all girls. A guy might say to his guy friends, and when I say a guy, I mean a male. If you use it for one, say a guy, then it has to be a boy. Has to be a man. Must be. But if I say, hey guys, no longer. Now we're talking about a group of all girls, all guys, or girls and guys. Girls, guys, and cats, monkeys, whatever it is, right? Hey guys, are you ready? The guy said, hey guys, are you ready? Means a male said, or a man said to his friends, you people, I want to know if you're ready or not. A girl said, hey guys, are you ready? Now, could she be talking to all female friends? The answer is yes. Now, this is an American thing, generally speaking. So just to be clear, not everyone says this, although many countries around the world have adopted this kind of expression. So if a girl says, hey guys, are you ready? She could be saying to 6 girls, hey you ladies, are you ready? Okay? What about fool versus idiot? Now, these are often used in the same way. A fool is someone who usually behaves in a silly way. Silly way? My voice is breaking. Who behaves in a silly or irresponsible or dumb way, an unintelligent way. And an idiot is someone who also maybe has unintelligent behavior, immature behavior, right? Now, they have a different origin, even though they can be used in the same situations sometimes. Fool was often used in the past to mean a person who almost had that as their job to entertain the king, the palace fool, right? Or the court fool would be someone who did that to entertain everybody for the purposes of entertainment. Now we say you're a fool to mean your behavior is unintelligent, or your behavior is poor judgment, or represents poor judgment, or you are stupid in the way that you're behaving. Now, it could be temporary. Doesn't mean this person is forever that way, right? It just means maybe this thing that you're doing is that way. However, I have to say, it's not used so much anymore in that way, but we do say it quite often as an adjective. Foolish behavior. Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. Okay, so it's very common as an adjective, not as common as a noun. Now, what about idiot? Idiot is used most as a noun to mean kind of the same thing. Not intelligent, bad behavior, well, not bad, dumb behavior, irresponsible behavior, representing poor judgment, right? So we would say, what an idiot, what an idiot. It feels stronger than saying what a fool, and it is much more common to say what an idiot. You really want to put a lot of emphasis or stress on how dumb this behavior is. Again, it doesn't mean that this person is necessarily that way all the time. It could be just at this moment, in this time, this situation. Although sometimes it can be. If you say, oh, him? Yeah, he's an idiot, right? Would we say he's a fool? Not nearly as common as saying he's an idiot. Is it nice to say that? Of course not. Of course it's not nice. It's kind of mean, but people do often say it. Hopefully not about me. What is the next one? Phonetics and phonology. Now, actually, phonology is something I've barely heard before in my life. This is just the branch of linguistics. Linguistics is the study of languages. One of those branches is about focusing on the differences between sounds, how the sounds are made. This whole branch is called phonology. The specific activity of looking at the sounds, of understanding the different sounds of languages, looking at phonemes, the specific part of that is called phonetics. And when we're just talking about the different sounds, we say, understand the phonetic, for example, phonetic symbols. Or how do I write this phonetically? So we often use the word phonetically, phonetics, and phonetic, and it's pretty common. But phonology is not very common. Both of them are about the sounds of words. One is more like the whole branch of the whole study of languages, and the other is more about the actual exercise, practice, and activity of it. That's my understanding of it. Okay, what about sickness and illness? Okay, can we say, I'm sick, I'm ill? I'm sick, I'm ill. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Now, while they're used often in the same situation, they might have a different connotation, and they might be used in some other different situations too. Okay, so for example, I might say, you're sick, to mean that you have a perverted, dirty mind, and you say things that are horrifying or gross or sexually explicit, right? Oh, you're so sick. This is someone who you think has something psychologically wrong with them, right? So you can say mental illness. Mental illness might be a serious problem with the mind, psychosis or schizophrenia or bipolar disease or whatever it may be. But when people want to be critical of someone, they won't say you're ill. They'll say you're sick in the mind, right? But that isn't necessarily about them actually being that way. It's just my opinion of you. You're saying horrible things that disgust me. You're sick. You're so sick, right? Now, when we call in for work to say that we can't go to work, we say, I'm sick, I'm calling in sick. That's the common way to say it, right? So usually if we use the word sickness, a sickness, we're using it more abstractly and broadly, and if we use it as an adjective, then we say sick means maybe I have the flu or I have a cold or whatever it is. I'm sick, I can't come into work, right? But a sickness is more like the mind thing, or a sickness in the culture, or a sickness in maybe an institution. Sometimes this word is used broadly to describe not just a physical problem that a person has, but something a little bit bigger, a little bit more abstract. Whereas if we use the word illness, generally as soon as people hear the word illness, we know we're talking about probably a person. And while we can say I was ill this week, that's totally fine. As an adjective, these two are used pretty much exactly the same way. I'm sick, I'm ill, I'm sick, I'm ill, right? I would say sick is more common. And illness, when people hear an illness, they're going to automatically think that it's maybe chronic, long-term, or very serious. Chronic means it's not just a one-day thing, right? Sick suggests often, I'm sick suggests more, I have a cold, I have the flu, it'll be over soon. I'm ill, or I have an illness. If someone says I have an illness, people are not thinking, oh, this week? No, no, no. If you say I have an illness, then people are going to think, okay, this is a very serious thing. Maybe it's something you've had for many years and you will have long into the future, right? We say diabetes is an illness, not a sickness. We use illness for that, not a sickness, right? Heart disease is a certain kind of illness, not a sickness. We use an illness. These long-term, chronic things that we may recover from them, but may be permanent, or at least are chronic in some way, or very, very serious in nature, then the word illness is commonly used and not sickness. Because if I say just sickness, people say, well, what kind of sickness? Because you can use it much more abstractly. Okay, hopefully that's clear. Now, there is one more thing I forgot to mention. Fool can be used as a verb. To fool someone is to trick them. Right? Fooled you. You made them think one thing, and then they realize that, and then suddenly they think something else. You reveal the thing that you didn't show them before. You fooled them. You tricked them. So it can be used as a verb as well. Hopefully, all of those are clear. I did my best. These are tough ones. Keep them coming, Fatima Books. If you guys have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe so that you can see future videos. And don't forget to check out my full English courses in the links in the description.